Welcome to the third episode of the BroadStreet Sports Podcast featuring Zachary Shavy and Logan Burns.
What's up, everybody? So today we'll be talking about the NBA, then the MLB, then NHL, and then we'll finish up with the NFL and its off season. So to start off with the NBA, the playing games are happening. The last two are tonight, and the other two finished yesterday.
So the results of yesterday's 9 through 10 games: the Chicago Bulls defeated the Toronto Raptors 109 to 105. The Bulls, they came back down, I believe, 17 points, and DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine were a big part of that. But another part that people are not talking about that made an impact as a joke is DeMar DeRozan's daughter. Whenever the Toronto Raptors would shoot a three throw, she would scream, and she screamed 34 times, and the Raptors missed 18 free throws. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a winning strategy. That's all I gotta say. I mean, if it works, it works. Why change a winning strategy? I mean,
Definitely. And then the other game in the West was the Thunder and Pelicans. And the Thunder, I wouldn't say that everybody's shocked, but in my opinion, I was a tiny bit shocked that the Thunder won,
Yeah.
especially in New Orleans, which they defeated the Pelicans 123 to 118.
yeah.
The player that scored the most points for them was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but Josh Giddey put in a lot of good minutes and good points. He had 31 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 rebound away from a triple-double. What are your thoughts on Josh Giddey and the Thunder in general after last night's game?
I think he did really good. He carried the team, and now they're in the playoffs. Not really that surprised, but I mean, I don't know. I think he surprised. He probably surprised a lot of people, especially.
Only being 20 years old, too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And so, first time. This is his first time in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he's trying to make an impact. I think he'll do good. They're not going all the way, but like he'll definitely try his hardest, and you'll see it in tomorrow's game.
Mm-hmm.
So
Against the Minnesota Timberwolves
Yeah.
to get the 8 seed in the playoffs.
yeah,
And just a quick recap of the games before that: the Atlanta Hawks secured the 7th seed, beating the Miami Heat 116 to 105. What are your thoughts about that game?
fuck the Hawks. Sorry, had to get it out of the way. I wanted the Heat to win. I don't like the Hawks very much. I don't like Trae Young, so I am very biased in the Heat's direction. I don't really care about the Heat either, but I just don't like the Hawks. So I mean, I think I was disappointed in that, and now the Heat's playing the Bulls, and the Heat should win that.
I mean, yeah, but anything's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the other game, the Lakers, that was an interesting fourth quarter to say the least. They
Mhm.
beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 108 to 102. LeBron James made his presence known with 30 points.
Yep.
And what about that game?
I think LeBron James. I know like the Lakers aren't as good as they once were, but it's like they're still there. LeBron James is a different person in the playoffs. I think.
Especially when he gets in there.
Yeah. He's literally like the Tom Brady of basketball, pretty much. I wouldn't necessarily look at the record. I would look at the team overall, and I think LeBron James is probably going to carry them. I wouldn't say they necessarily go all the way, but since...
You'd be surprised, though. A lot of
Yeah.
people have the Lakers going to the finals.
I mean, maybe. I wouldn't be that surprised either, but who knows?
Definitely. And then, to recap, we got the Bulls and Heat and the Thunder and Timberwolves for the 8 seeds tomorrow. Who do you have winning those games, and what do you expect in those 2 games?
With the Heat and Bulls, I expect the Heat to win. It's going to be 108 to 112 Heat. I think that would be the score. I mean, self-explanatory. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
I think the Bulls, they could definitely beat the Heat, but at the same time, the Heat, they can't lose back-to-back times. If they
Yeah.
were to, that'd be really bad on their part. And what I expect in that game is, I think Jimmy Butler has a bounce-back game and drops, I think he gets close to 40 points in a Heat 5-point win, 114 to 108.
All right, yeah, I could see that. I mean, I actually like Jimmy Butler, but I don't know. I think he'll pull up. We'll drop at least 30.
He has to have a bounce-back game
Yeah.
if they were to win, because Kyle Lowry, took the load for them
Yeah.
and scoring over 30-plus points
What
in
did
that game.
What did he even have the other night? I forget.
I think
was
he had,
looking
I
at
believe,
it.
36 or 38 points.
Jimmy, where the hell is he? Oh, I'm in the Hawks. Jimmy Butler. Oh, he had 21 points.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Lowry, everybody's surprised with their leading score, I think, with 36.
It was 33.
33, but still, for
Yeah,
his
I mean,
age,
that's pretty
that's a
good.
huge impact.
Yeah.
And then let's get into the Western Conference side game. Who do you have winning that game between the Thunder and Wolves, and what do you expect for that West side game?
I think the Thunder should win. I think
Really?
I think the Thunder have a better team. I think they're more somewhat put together well, and I think the score of that game, not estimating, but thinking about it, I think the game will end 112 to 118 Thunder.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could definitely see the Thunder winning, but I think now with the Timberwolves pretty much at full strength, Rudy Gobert, he was suspended for that Lakers game. And
Yeah.
even with Gobert playing, I still had the Lakers winning because, in my opinion, the Lakers have a way better roster than the Timberwolves do.
Yeah.
But now with Gobert being back, even though the Thunder had a great win against a good Pelicans team, the Pelicans were missing a big piece of their team in Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Timberwolves, they're not really missing much. They got Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Gobert, and Towns. And then they can slot really anybody they want into that small forward position. And I think they're going to beat the Thunder. I got them winning by, let's say, 6 points.
Yeah, all right, I could see that.
112 to 106.
Yeah, all these games are going to be close, so
Oh,
it's going to
definitely.
be less than 10 at the very least. Yeah. So, I mean,
So that's the plan. We're going to get into the playoffs now and give our predictions on how the entire playoff bracket is going to fill out.
yeah. So,
If you want to go first, go right ahead.
I think let's start with the Sixers. I mean, we live in Philly. Let's start with the Sixers, our favorite team here. I think we should definitely beat the Nets. We have a much better team than the Nets.
How many games do you have that going to?
I think we win the first game. The Nets, I don't think we'll sweep the Nets. I think the Nets will win the second game, and then we'll just win the rest.
Okay.
I think they win at least one.
You
You can't go into the playoffs and just get swept. You can't do that.
Well, it happened in the finals, but that was back when LeBron was pretty much carrying a bunch of average players with the Cavs, but
Yeah.
that's in the past. But
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see the Nets winning it. I think this is what is going to happen. Last time we played the Nets, they stole game 1. I don't see that happening this time around. I see us winning the first 3 games, and then Brooklyn and a winner-go-home game, they win it. Mikal Bridges goes for like 50 points, I think. He'll just go. He'll know that it's now or never that he has to step up. But then the next game, we'll just we'll get our business done and get it to the next round.
Yeah.
So let's get into the next series, which is the Hawks and Celtics. Which I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be the Heat and Celtics, but the Hawks, they look pretty not bad down the stretch, but.
Yeah, no, I want the Celtics to sweep them. Move on. Next game.
Okay.
Let's go.
I got the Celtics taking the series in 6 games. I think the
Yeah.
Hawks will take 2 games at least.
Yeah, maybe.
Now this next series, I've told many people this. I think this series is going to 7. We're talking about the Knicks and Cavaliers. How many games do you have that going to, and who do you have winning? That one I think is the toughest one so
Yeah,
far.
that really is. I think
They're both well-rounded teams with good players at each position.
I think the Knicks will win. I think they'll take this series.
And how many games?
Too close to tell.
Too close to tell. I
Yeah.
can agree with that.
Yeah.
This is what I have.
It's gonna come down to one though.
Mhm.
It's just gonna be a back and forth game, pretty much.
This is what I have. I say if the series goes to 7, I have the Knicks.
Yeah.
If it goes to 6, I have the Cavs because I like the Cavs roster a little bit more than I do the Knicks roster
Yeah.
because from top to bottom they're stacked. They got one of the best backcourt duos in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, and then they got one of the best frontcourt duos in Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. And then just like the Timberwolves, you can slide any small forward you want into that offense or / defense,
Yeah.
and they can succeed.
Yeah, I think whoever wins the first game will take it all. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Then we got the next series, the reigning Warriors against the surprise of the year, Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. I think the Warriors will take I think the Warriors will take that series. I think it's gonna go to like 6 games. So
I can't doubt the Warriors. People try to doubt them every year, and they always get past expectations, and it doesn't matter. Like, the Warriors, this is what they're thinking in their head. It doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. It matters what we do in the postseason.
Yeah.
Warriors got to be the best postseason team I've seen in, like, for a while. Like, they could have, like, even last year, they didn't have the best season last year. They were, like, the 3rd or 4th seed. But they got all the way to the finals and won.
Yeah.
And then the Kings, on the other hand, they've been a surprise team.
Yeah.
I could see them winning this series, but with Warriors, they have a key thing in the playoffs that the Kings don't. Experience.
Yeah.
They've been there, they've lost, they've won, they've been through the whole circle. But I think since the Warriors, that's the key factor in my opinion. The Warriors have more experience, and that's what's going to win them the series. I say it also does go to 6. The Kings, they're not gonna lose in like 5 or 4 games. They're a good team, but I just can't see them beating this Warriors team.
Yeah, I feel like in the playoffs too. I mean, I guess record does kind of count on some level, but it's like it doesn't really matter because all that matters is the score.
Mm-hmm.
Really, so you kind of have to count out record because teams in the playoffs are different. Like the Warriors, they're insane.
Yeah, and then you got the Lakers and Grizzlies. Are you surprised that a lot of people saying the Lakers could win this series? Could you see them winning this series? And do you have them winning this series?
I definitely could see them winning the series because I know LeBron James is scary in the playoffs.
He's a different animal in the playoffs.
He's already a freak in nature, and then when he goes into the playoffs, he's just triple that.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
So, I don't know I don't know, though, because I feel like the Grizzlies are overall a better team. Because LeBron James, at the end of the day, is still one man.
No, definitely.
So I think the series will go for 6 games, and the Grizzlies will take it.
I find that interesting. I have it going to 6 games, but not to the Grizzlies. I have the Lakers winning. The Lakers, I just have a feeling. You're going to see later on, my Western Conference Finals, it's definitely not what most people are probably predicting right now. But I see it happening. You'll see later on. But I have the Lakers winning in 6.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised at either outcome, but who knows?
And then we got the Clippers and Suns.
Yep. That's a weird one. I think it's gonna go for about 6 games, and the Suns take it. Yeah.
Well, this is what I think happens. I think the Suns, they're going to win the series. Even if Paul George does come back for the Clippers, I still think the Suns have a well-rounded team. But this is the one thing that could completely mess them up. Injuries to Paul or Durant.
Yeah.
If one of those were to happen, I could see the series immediately flipping the other way. Because then you go back to it. If you're missing one of those players, like, say Durant gets hurt, then you have the same exact Phoenix team you had during the regular season, and then you have the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard, who's an amazing playoff performer. Paul George, if he's healthy, and then you got Russell Westbrook, too, who can make an impact, and then you got all the Clippers have so much depth that they could easily win that series if, say, Durant or Paul got hurt. But in my opinion, I don't see that happening. That's just hypothetical. Yeah. But I have the Suns winning I have them going to 7 games. Suns winning in 7.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then let's get into, these aren't decided series, but these are just based off our opinion. I had the Bucks and Heat. Who did you have again? The Bucks. Did you have the Bucks and Heat also? Did you have the Heat winning? So we both have the Bucks and Heat. Who do you have winning that series?
Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, the Bucks are too good.
Yeah, the Heat, they're just declining. They went from the 1st seed last year all the way down to maybe the 8th if they were to win, but we think they're going to win. Yeah, I think maybe 5 games for the Bucks, that easy. But then, who'd you have Thunder Timberwolves again?
They would play the Nuggets, right?
The winner would play the Nuggets, correct?
Yeah. So I think the Nuggets will win that game too.
Did you have the Thunder winning?
Oh yeah, I did have the Thunder one. I mean, alright, so I think whoever plays the Nuggets just loses.
Mm-hmm. So I think if it's the Timberwolves, it goes to 5 games. If it's the Thunder, it goes to 4 games.
Yeah.
Or actually no, each series would go to 5 games because Shea's just so talented. He could win a game for the Thunder.
Yeah.
So we can't know the second round yet, but this would be the second round matchups in our opinion. So second round matchups, we'll start in the East. It'd be the 76ers, the 3 seed versus the number 2 seed Celtics. What do you have heading in that series? Can the Sixers finally break the streak, or do you have them continuing that streak of losing in the second round?
I think that will go for a 7-game series, and I want to say the Sixers win, but every part of me wants to say no. But I don't know. I think whoever wins the first game will win the series.
Really?
Because I think it's going to be a bouncing back because it's the 2nd seed versus 3rd seed.
Mm-hmm.
We pretty much... I mean,
it's going to be
blow
after blow. Like, these teams are going to battle until... Like, every fourth quarter, I feel like, in this game, in this series will be exciting.
Yeah.
Like, not much to disappoint.
I'm just going to leave it as whoever wins the first game will win the series.
I find that interesting. So, I think the series will also go to 7 games. But here's the key factor. I think the thing for the Sixers to win this series is how James Harden performs in that second round.
Yeah.
And Embiid, if he's healthy, we know what we're going to get out of him. We're going to get a certified scorer and a pretty much all-around great player. Maxey, he's the X factor for us. He could be anything on any night. Like you saw it last year against the Raptors.
Yeah.
He hit he was hitting shot after shot. When Maxey is feeling his game, he's pretty much unstoppable. But it's Harden that I feel we have to look at the most because you see it in years past. The Rockets, when he was on the Rockets, he would play terrible. Like for example, I think he was like 4 for 21 in like Game 7 against the Warriors, like in the Western Conference Finals. If we get that kind of Harden, I don't know if we can win, but that's not the Harden I want. I want the Harden we had this year. If we can get the Harden this year, producing the way he did and when he was on his game this year, then I think the Sixers will win in 7 games.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that is what we're gonna get. But I'm still gonna have the Sixers. We're gonna end the streak. I got us beating Boston in 7 games. I think goes to 7. We go back to Boston. It's a back and forth game, and I'm calling it. Embiid, he drives, he throws it out to the corner. PJ Tucker hits the 3. Pretty much the game-winning 3 with, I say, maybe a couple seconds left, and the Celtics can't score, and we win Game 7.
All right, yeah.
That's hypothetical. I don't know if that could happen completely.
Yeah, I mean...
anything's possible, but that's just my hypothetical prediction.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the next series. So, you had the Cavs, correct?
Yeah.
So, the Cavs would be playing the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah. I think the Bucks would just... I don't think they would sweep them.
Maybe 6 games?
Yeah. I don't think they would sweep them, but... Yeah.
Well, I really never gave my prediction for the Knicks Cavs, but I think it's going to be the Knicks moving on because I think this series is going to 7. The Knicks are going to beat them in Cleveland. So going on to this series now, I want the Knicks. I would love to see the Knicks win. I would love to see it, but I just don't see it happening. Like they don't have that much experience. Milwaukee's just coming off a championship like 2 years ago, so they've been there and they pretty much still have the same roster that they had then. So I would have Milwaukee winning, let's say, in 5 games.
All right, yeah.
I think the Knicks take 1 because they're enough talented team. They're not going to get swept by the Bucks.
Yeah.
So let's go to the West side. So we got the Golden State Warriors, and you said the Memphis Grizzlies. So let's go yours because we had different opinions for that one also. Who would you have winning if the Warriors and Grizzlies were to play in the second round?
The Warriors and the Grizzlies. I think that series will be 6 games. I think I don't know though, because you can't really count the Warriors out because, like I said, all those players have been there and they all have experience. But at the same time, though, the Grizzlies are technically better. I think the Warriors are going to take it.
Interesting. So I have the Lakers and the Warriors.
All right, I could see that.
I think the Lakers, they're going to the Western Conference Finals. I'm calling it. They're going to beat the Warriors in 6 games.
All right.
And you're about to hear right now the Western Conference finals matchup I'm about to set up. The amount of fireworks in that series is going to be crazy, but we'll talk about it right now. This is the series. Suns, Nuggets. Did you have the Suns winning also?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I could see. Yeah.
So we both have Suns, Nuggets. Who do you have winning that series?
The Suns and the Nuggets. I think that's going to be a 7-game series. I honestly think the Nuggets are going to take it.
Wow.
I believe in the Nuggets.
Okay. In my opinion, I think the Nuggets are frauds. I don't think they're going to do anything. I don't have any trust in the Nuggets.
Maybe
because I don't like Nikola Jokic, but I just don't like the Nuggets roster altogether.
Yeah.
But this is not being any bias. This is just my opinion. I have the Suns beating the Nuggets, let's say 6 games. Setting up, let's just get right into it. I'll just go first. A Suns-Lakers conference finals. I think...
That'd be tough, yeah.
I think in that series, the winner going to the NBA Finals would be the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. I think if they could stay healthy, they could do anything.
Yeah, I mean, they got the team to do that. I mean, it's just, yeah.
So who do you have for your perspective series with the Grizzlies and the Nuggets?
Grizzlies?
Or no, it's Warriors and Nuggets,
Yeah.
sorry.
Warriors and Nuggets. I think the Warriors won that.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that.
I think that's going to go for like 6 games. It's going to be a 6-game series and the Warriors take it.
So before we get into the Eastern Conference Finals, this is what we have in the West, respectively. I have the Suns going to the finals representing the West. You have the Warriors representing the West.
Yeah.
So then let's get into the East. We have both Milwaukee, but we have different teams facing them. I have the Sixers. Logan has the Celtics.
Yeah.
What do you have happening in your series that you think is going to happen?
I think the Bucks are going to destroy the Celtics. Only because since in my version, the Celtics beat the Sixers, and I'm going to be super pissed off about that. So I'm going to want the Bucks to beat the hell out of the Celtics.
Okay.
So I'm super biased, unlike him. He doesn't want to be biased. I'm definitely biased. Yep.
I'm not being biased.
No, I'm definitely going to be biased. But, I mean, yeah, I think, overall, though, I think the Bucks do have a better team than the Celtics. I mean, it will come close, though. I think it will be probably a 6-game series. Going to the Bucks.
I know I'm about to get a lot of criticism for what I'm about to say. I'm doing it. The Sixers are beating the Bucks in 7 games, and they're going to the NBA Finals. I see it happening. I've told so many people that I have more confidence against the Milwaukee Bucks than I do the Boston Celtics. I think if we beat Boston, we're going to the NBA Finals. I think we could beat Milwaukee in 7 games. I think it could happen. You saw it in the regular season. When both teams were healthy, in Milwaukee, the Sixers came back and won that game. If the Sixers can have that team and have it healthy and committed and like they can actually do something, I have them beating the Bucks in 7 games and going to face Phoenix.
Okay.
I know I'm about to get a lot of criticism for that and be called bias, but I think when it all comes down to it, I think the Sixers, if they can finally get past that second round, I think they can get to that finals. I think they can get to the finals. But that second round, it will be interesting to see when we get to that. But for now, we'll have to see.
Okay. I just want to make sure you didn't bet any money, all right?
No.
Okay, that was a bad investment. All right, just wanted to make sure. All right, so that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're moving on to the finals. So
you had.
It's the.
So
Bucks.
Would you like to go first in your predictions? Or you want me to go with my? I would say most people would say outlandish finals.
Oh yeah. I'll go first because mine seems more predictable, I guess. So I have the Warriors and the Bucks. I think the Bucks win it. The Warriors are good. The Warriors have experience, but experience can only take you so much farther. Can only take you so far. But I think the Bucks have a better team, and it will be a close series, though. It'll probably be, I want to say, it'll probably be at least 6 games.
So you have the Bucks winning in 6 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't know. I don't want to be called biased for saying the Sixers.
Bro, you set yourself up, dude. You played the Sixers in the finals. That's your fault. That's on you, man.
I know.
Mm-mm.
I know. But I don't know.
You're fun.
Well,
I mean,
I'm doing it. The Sixers are beating the Suns in 6 games and are the NBA champions. I'm doing it. I'm making the prediction. I don't care how biased I sound. I don't care if it's the worst prediction anybody's ever heard. I think if the Sixers can play the way they have, they can get to the finals and win it.
I think James Harden's a bit of a fraud, so okay. Good luck with that. I like the Sixers, but I ain't that biased.
Yeah.
And I watched...
I'm not even being biased. I'm just speaking my own opinion.
I watched 3 of our teams lose in their respective championships, so if... Okay.
The Sixers get it back for us. They win us the championship we deserve with all the other Philly teams.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I don't know, though. I think it would be really... I don't think the Sixers are going to take it all, but I think it would be really funny if the Sixers won and all the other teams didn't. Like, I don't even watch the Union, and that still hurt. And they were... I don't know. The Sixers, out of all the teams besides the Flyers, I think would be, like, the last team to actually go to the finals and win. Like, I don't even have them going to the finals, so...
We're gonna put the NBA aside after those. I would just say my predictions that most people are not gonna agree with, but that's my opinion, and I'm serious. I'm not being biased here. I just think in my opinion that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, bud. All right.
Okay, so let's get into some baseball. We have some games going on right now, and we have some games later on. I want to get into the Tampa Bay Rays real quick.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Let's just say they've been pretty good. They started off the season. They're starting off the season right now 12-0, and they are currently beating the Red Sox 9-3 in the top of the 9th inning, and about to most likely go to 13-0. What's your thoughts on the Rays so far?
I think they're doing really good right now, but what I think is going to happen with the Rays, I think it's to compare it how I want to compare it to. I think I'm going to compare it to the Arizona Cardinals football from last year. They went undefeated for like the first half, and
they were 8-0,
and then didn't make it to the playoffs. I think
they did. They got destroyed by the Rams in the wild card.
Oh yeah, they did. I think the Rays will still go to the playoffs, but I don't think they'll make it far. I don't know. I think they're gonna choke after.
I just think the Rays they have a good roster, and so many people have doubted them before, and they've seemed to get past the doubters. I just think that they just had a good team, but they've just been playing really good baseball, which I can't say for the team in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Phillies. We are a disgraceful 4-8 after losing the series to the Miami Marlins yesterday, losing in extra innings.
I'm hot in my face.
Losing extra innings 3-2.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the Phillies so far? Disgraceful.
We're really struggling here. I thought we were gonna do somewhat okay. I mean, you gotta think though. We don't have Harper. We don't have Rhys Hoskins. So those are our 2 hitters, pretty much.
True.
I don't know. I mean, Scott's been doing really good. So
yeah, he's been in one bright spot from this year.
It's not. I'm not saying. I don't know. I think the Phillies are going to do the opposite as the Rays. They're going to start off crappy, and then they're going to pick up halfway through, and then hopefully make it to the playoffs. We're going to pray that they make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully. So let's get into some games happening right now. We got, in the bottom of the 8th, we got a very interesting game. We got the Orioles and the Athletics tied at 7 apiece.
Bottom of the 8th, yep.
With both teams' records, the Athletics being 3-9 and the Orioles being 6-6. Are you surprised by this score?
A little bit, yeah. The Rays suck, so. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the Orioles, they're good for kind of choking a little bit, especially against bad teams, because, like, their first game of the season so far, they were beating the hell out of the Red Sox, and the Red Sox almost came back. I think the score was, like, 9-11.
Yeah.
Orioles, like, they almost had a comeback in, like, the last 2 innings. You can't do that. So, honestly, if the Athletics win this game, I wouldn't be surprised. Because definitely. I think the Orioles will choke it.
So, yeah, that's happening. And then the aforementioned Rays, we said, are beating the Red Sox 9-3. So, we got a couple later games on today. We got the aforementioned Phillies playing the Reds. We got the Yankees playing the Twins.
Yep.
We got the Blue Jays playing the Tigers. The Cardinals playing the Pirates. And the Brewers playing the not that many games today. What game, in your opinion, is most intriguing?
I think the Twins and the Yankees game. I mean, they have the same record. They have similar teams. I think that will come down. I think it will go into overtime into the 10th inning, and it will be 7-8 Yankees.
Okay. So, I just want to talk about the Blue Jays-Tigers game real quick. Both teams in complete opposite directions. I think the Blue Jays are going to win, but could you see any chance the Tigers may be upsetting them?
Maybe. And, like, a small, slim chance. I mean, if the only way I can see the Blue Jays winning is if they're... Who's pitching for the Blue Jays tonight? I don't even know.
Chris Bassett.
Oh. So, unless he literally chokes in the first couple innings and they take the lead by at least 2, maybe. But it has to be in, like, somewhere before the 4th inning. 4th inning or earlier. If they don't take the lead, then I don't think they're going to win.
Okay. That was our quick recap of baseball. Now we're going to get into our final stance or topic of the day, which is the NFL, which we have a couple things to talk about. But the newest thing that came out today is the former Commanders owner, Dan Snyder, has agreed to sell the team to Josh Harris, the owner of the 76ers, for $6 billion. And Magic Johnson, the former Lakers guard, was also involved in the selling of the Commanders. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a loss of money. That whole organization is a joke. I mean, like, they changed their team. I don't know. It's that with me, because I'm an Eagles fan, so we're technically rivals.
Yeah.
I never really saw the Commanders as a threat because I've always seen them as a joke. Kind of.
Yeah.
Their organization is ridiculous. Like, let's think about this. So, what was it? Who's the guy they made a statue for earlier in the season?
Sean Taylor.
Yeah. Did you see that thing?
Yeah, that was disgraceful.
That's disgusting. You can't do that. You see, this is like $1 million organization. Wait, how much did it sell for? Like $1 billion? Something?
$6 billion.
$6 billion? You have that much money, and you can't make a good statue. The Eagles literally have a statue of Nick Foles and Doug Peterson calling the Philly special in the Super Bowl. And that's a better statue. Like, what?
Theirs is not even a statue. Like,
that's literally
that's
plastic poles glued together.
What theirs is pretty much disgraceful.
Yeah,
like,
that you can't do that.
If you've seen it, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
like it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, but hey, it's the Commanders we're talking about. So
I don't even like the Commanders, and I'm insulted by that. It's like,
yeah. So let's get into some other NFL news.
Yeah.
This was last week, but we didn't get into it in our last show. Let's talk about Mac Jones. What's your thoughts about those reports that came out last week?
I think now I don't really like the Patriots that much, and I don't really like Mac Jones that much either. But I think if they get rid of Mac Jones, they are idiots because that is not his fault that they did that bad. He did bad because they have crappy coordinators. That's the only reason they did bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to get rid of the coordinators and bring in some guys who actually know how to be offensive coordinators.
Well, that's what they tried to do.
Yeah.
They got rid of both guys and hired Bill O'Brien. Hopefully he can help Mac Jones fix his game.
Yeah.
I just think Bill Belichick, he probably just did that maybe to get like people intrigued about Mac Jones, maybe offer something that would not be a fair trade. But
yeah, I think if they get rid of him, they're screwed because who exactly would they replace him with?
Exactly. They schemed the offense exactly for him. He's like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to say this, but he's pretty much like what they had in Brady, but he's not like to that level yet. But he's pretty much the same.
I don't think he'll ever be to that level.
He's pretty much got the comp to Tom Brady, the way style of play he has.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if they, because like you said, they just got new coordinators. I think they'll do better. I think they'll probably still finish last in the division, but that's because
it's the Commanders.
They're in the most competitive division right now with the Bills, Dolphins, and Jets, and the Jets
because of the Patriots.
Yeah, and the Jets are popping off right now in all season at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, they haven't got the big piece yet, which is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, that's a whole thing on its own.
Yeah, but let's get into some other news. This happened on Easter Sunday. Odell Beckham has finally picked a team. He signed with the Baltimore Ravens on a 1-year contract with incentives going up to possibly $18 million, but he's already getting paid $15 million.
He's $15 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
That shocked me. I'm not that surprised he went to the Ravens, but I'm very surprised at how much money they're paying him. So I can understand taking a risk, but $18 million, that's a bit more than a risk. If they paid him $13 million, I can understand that. Maybe 15 at most. But he's had 2 ACL surgeries. He's washed. He's not going to do anything. And I think the only reason they signed him was to kind of show that Lamar Jackson, they were trying to get him like a weapon. But if I was Lamar Jackson, because he wants to leave the Ravens because they ain't paying him. So if I saw that and how much they were paying Odell Beckham, if I was Lamar Jackson, I would just leave because I would be furious if I'm not getting paid and you're paying this guy $18 million for a season.
Yeah.
15 guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would be pissed.
Yeah, I find it interesting, but it's the Ravens. They always find the way to either make no moves or the wrong moves. So let's get into our final, I would say, stance, but it's going to be same team, 2 players. Yeah. This came out yesterday. In my opinion, as a surprise, Saquon Barkley won't sign his franchise tag before Giants' off-season program starts, which means he won't be able to participate in any kind of practice or anything like that. And Dexter Lawrence did the same thing. What are your thoughts on those 2 players?
I don't know much about Dexter Lawrence. Saquon Barkley, though. I think Saquon Barkley is trying to get more money because he's pretty much their best player. Mm-hmm. I actually like Saquon Barkley, and I like the Giants. Not by much, but I like the Giants out of our division. So, if he leaves, I wouldn't be surprised, though. I think he's trying to get as much money as he can, and he's going to sign, like, the draft night, I think. I think it's just going to be like a draft night signing. He's either getting traded, draft night, you'll either see the trade the night of the draft, or you'll find out he gets signed. I think he's going to hold out till then. I think that's his breaking point.
Okay. What about Dexter Lawrence, even though you don't know much about him?
I don't know much about him. I think he's just trying to do the same thing. I think he's just trying to squeeze. It's all strategy here. Like, Saquon Barkley knows he's the best player. I don't know the other guy very much.
I know him pretty well. I would say next to Kayvon Thibodeau, he's pretty much their best player. He was a Pro Bowler this year.
All right, shit. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think it's all strategy. I think they're just trying to squeeze out as much money as they can because they know the team needs them. So, I mean, I think it's just... I don't think he'll wait until the draft night. I don't know. Maybe he will. I think the draft night's the breaking point. It's either stay or leave. Yeah. I think we'll find out that night.
No, but let's get... one more thing I want to talk about. Devin White, he demanded a trade, I would say, maybe Monday, Tuesday. Can't remember at the time. But, do you see him getting traded? And if you do, what team do you see him going to?
Devin White. Huh. I don't really know, though. I think he's trying to...
He's on the final year of his contract. Maybe he's just trying to get paid.
I think he's trying to just, like, intimidate them, kind of, because I don't really see him going anywhere else. Like, I don't know. I can't think of any other team that would actually take him.
I actually have a proposal. So, I think he will get traded, and I'm not trying to be biased here, but did you see what he said on Greedy Williams' Instagram post?
No.
Greedy Williams, so I'll get into it. Greedy Williams, he posted on Instagram him signing the contract with the Eagles, and he's like, fly, Eagles, fly. And then Devin White pretty much said trying to join. Like, he pretty much, I know that could just be stipulation, but it could make sense. Devin White, Howie Roseman loves getting guys on the final year of their contract, and it could work out well for us.
I mean, if we do get him, I wouldn't exactly be upset. I don't know. I think he's trying to get more money, but if he does come to the Eagles, it might be because he doesn't like the Falcons very much. Or wait, am I goofing? Who am I thinking of?
I don't know, but...
I don't know. I think if he does come to the Eagles, I wouldn't be upset, but I don't know.
No, but he could also come here, play amazing, and then reset his market going into free agency. He could even make more money than he could get now from the Bucs. So that I think he will get traded. He could go to the Eagles. He could go to any team that needs a linebacker. Because if he goes to a team, I'm saying the Eagles an example because the Eagles are still championship contenders. So he could come to this team, play well, and then get even more money in free agency.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I could see it. Yeah. So
you got any more points?
No.
Alright, that's going to wrap it up for episode 3 today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to tune in for episode 4, which will be next Wednesday. We'll talk to you guys later.
Alright, see ya.
Peace.